Hello everyone, welcome to this Python crash course. If you want to get into artificial intelligence but feel overwhelmed with where to start, this series is for you. We'll begin with the absolute basics, starting with Python, and gradually move towards real AI concepts and projects. This is not going to be a long, boring theory session. Every video will be short, structured, and focused on what actually matters, with code and practical understanding. By the end of this playlist, you won't just know AI, you'll be able to build with it. So let's start the journey together, beginning with Python basics. So Python as an interpreted language, it executes the code line by line, making it easy to debug and test. Python has a really simple and readable syntax. For example, here we just have to use the print function and write whatever we need to print. By running this code, we can see the output is successfully generated. The next, moving on to the next part, which is variables and syntax rules. In Python, we don't actually need to declare the type of variable. We just can use meaningful names like name is equals to Alice. Also, for strings, we usually write the values in quotes, either single or double. Age is equals to 22 and height. And when we print all of these three, we'll get the result. There are many data types in Python like int, float, string, boolean, list, tuple, and dictionary. So, for example, here we have three variables x, y, and z, and the type function will give us the type which the variable belongs to. When we run this code, we'll get x belongs to class int, y belongs to class float, and z belongs to class string. Now let's move on to how to take input, output, and what is type conversion in Python. So there is a input function where uh, we can enter input through our keyboard. When we run this code, we'll get a pop-up here or in the terminal, and let's suppose I write enter my name. So it replies hello Ayush because I have passed this variable user input into the print function along with hello. So it prints hello Ayush. If we have to take integer input, we'll use int before input, so we are restricted with integers. For example, if I type something else, like if I type the value of pi, which is a float, it will give us error because uh, let's see the error. It is value error and valid literal for int with base 10. 3.14 is our argument which we passed. Let's try again. It's a string. Let's type Ayush. Again, we'll get the same error until we pass an integer value. So finally, let's pass an int. The code is working just fine. It's printing the value input which we are providing. Output is given by print function. Now, what is type conversion? Let's suppose we have a variable called number, but we are passing a string input. As I mentioned earlier, string is passed in quotes, either single or double. So, as we are passing uh, the variable value in quotes, it is a string. So, number is equals to 123. And if we convert it to integer, we can put the integer function again on the variable. So converted number is equals to int and the variable. When we print the converted number, it gives us 123 and type of class int. So this is type conversion. Now next is operators. So we have many operators in Python. Some of them are arithmetic, comparison, logical. Along with them are membership operators, assignment operators, etc. We'll look into the precedence of operators later on. So let's suppose we have two variables, a is equals to 10 and b is equals to 5. Now we are doing addition, a comparison, and a logical. So and logical operators, you would have studied in your classes. It is a bitwise operation. So 5 plus 10 is equals to 15. Is 10 greater than 5? Yeah, it's true. So comparison operators return always a boolean value that is either true or false. uh, Print a greater than 5 and b less than 10, both are true, so true and true is also true. Now the next and the most important and interesting part of this session is conditional statements. Condition statement is simple as we are giving some conditions to our program, and the specified code block will execute only if the conditions match. Let's suppose our age variable is equals to 18. It is a number. If age is greater than equals to 18, print eligible to vote. Now, as our age is 18 and it satisfies this condition, the print statement will execute. That is print eligible to vote. Let's change this value to 15.
It's 11
Now
o'clock.
age is less than equals to 18. Our print statement won't get executed. We get no output. Another conditional statement is if and else. So it's the extension of if. Let's suppose we have a number equals to 7. The modulo operator is for getting remainders. It is also an arithmetic operator. So if we divide a number by 2 and the remainder is 0, that number is even, else it is odd. Yes, so number is 7. Number 7 is an odd number. Let's take another number that is 10. It is even. We can add multiple if, elif, and else statements. Like we use elif if we have multiple condition. Like if score is greater than 90, then grade is A. If greater than 75, the grade is B, and so on. So for this question, the grade is B. If our score is 65, the grade will be C. If our grade is 45, the grade will be F. We can add multiple ifs in nest, like here, if number greater than 0, if number modulo 2 is equals to 0. So first we are checking if the number is positive, then we are checking if the number is even. So the input is the number is 15. When we run the code, we get that our number is positive and odd. If I give the argument as 6, then the number is positive and even. So that is it for this video. I have given some questions for mini practice. These are very simple question. You can, I hope that you guys can solve them, and if not, please comment your doubts in the comment section. So let's do a quick recap. Python is easy and powerful. It is widely used in AI industry. Today we learned variable, data types, transfer logic, we used operations, and we also used conditional logic. In the next lecture, we'll do functions and loops. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.